It's me. Leave a message at the beep.
Hey, man. I've had a few drinks, and I need you to come pick me up. Is that cool? Is that cool? You're cool with that, right? I know I've asked you to pick me up in Mexico before, and I'm not going to do that to you because, those kids selling chiclets are just insufferable. I'm actually on the far side of the moon. So if you could pick me up from there, that would be great. No, I'm just joshing. I'm actually about 3 miles from your house. I'm at 43rd and 7th. Wanted to make it seem too big, and just come get me. I'm hiding right behind. Hang on. Okay, we're good. I'm hanging out right in the alley. Just please be quick. I probably shouldn't say this on voicemail, but I stabbed a man. And by a man, it wasn't actually a man, and I didn't actually stab him. I shot 3 dudes. So, come get me. Come get me. Come get me. Oh my gosh, happy dippy dappy February 29th, my friends. Oh my gosh. We're back. The podcast is back. And I happen to know I have a new listener, a good old friend of mine, John. We'll call him John E23. John, you know who you are, my friend. And my gosh, it's so good to have you listening. I have many listeners. I have dozens, sometimes hundreds, sometimes high hundreds of listeners. But John, you are a good friend of mine. And we had some unusual experiences together. Some very exciting stuff. We went to fucking China together. I miss you, John. I miss you. Anyway, so the insurance company has come back, and of the $4,000 or $5,000-ish I've lost, I do have $1,000 deductible, and there is a very good likelihood my shipping and sales tax will not be covered. You bastards. I had to pay for that to get the stuff. You bastards. How dares ya? How does ya dares? Oh my gosh. It's just enough to drive me nuts. And 5 other complications with the insurance I won't even get into. No, so what's going to happen is they're probably going to cover some of the losses, but they certainly won't cover all of them. And they're going to knock off for age of equipment. They're going to, even though I paid twice as much as it's worth now, they're going to knock off for, everything. Sales tax, shipping. They're going to knock off for friggin' everything. And then the beauty is, my homeowner's policy will lose the "you have never filed a claim" discount. So that means these egregious fuckers at eCompass will jack up my premium. Now, mind you, I'm already paying almost $800 a year for my homeowners, and I'm only going to be able to claim like $2,000 in the extremely rare circumstance that I actually have a claim. Holy crap balls. You know what? eCompass my good friends eCompass, a wholly owned subsidiary of Allstate, you, my friends, can go fuck yourselves, because there's no way I'm staying with you after the claim is paid. There's no chance in hell. You're nickel and diming me on, oh God, you bastards. I mean, this is what insurance is for. And you're still chipping me away. Oh, you bastards. Okay. So you know what? Let's go to a lighter mood. Let's just, it's the end of February. Let's just get started. This week's podcast is brought to you in part by Trump supporters. Trump supporters, they're not just paid for by Trump, which they are not. No, they are emulators of Trump. Trump supporters, they're like Trump, except his supporters. Trump supporters, if you ever wanted to meet a raging asshole, just go talk to a Trump supporter. Because, if you ever wanted to be told how friggin' retarded you are, even though you're not, even though your views might vary only slightly from theirs, Trump supporters, they're there for you, man. And they have no problem telling you how fucking stupid you are for believing anything other than the brilliance of Trump, which they themselves very most certainly do not understand. Trump supporters, they don't know he's the biggest supporter of the Clinton Foundation since forever. All right. I've made enough enemies. Let's get started.
Joke of the week, joke of the week, joke of the week.
My gosh, why do we call it the joke of the week? It's not always the joke of the week. Sometimes it's the true, in this case, it's the true story of the week. Guys, listen up. So, every now and then you get the rare opportunity to meet someone who's truly, wise and brilliant. And there's this guy who's in my neighborhood, and I see him walking all the time, and he's always around. And a lot of times when I go to work, I leave, he's around my house, he's walking his dogs, and he helps walk my dogs. And, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I think his name's Giuseppe. Giuseppe. Or something equally absurd. No, that's probably it. So I asked him, hey man, hey, buddy, guy, come on, guy, dude, hey, listen, hey, come here, get over here, get back here, I swear to God, I will paint you with my brush. And I was hoping to paint him with a broad brush. No, he came back and I said, listen, hey, no, I just want to ask, what is your secret to a happy life? I mean, you're so old. I mean, the guy's like, he's so disgustingly old. He's like 43 or something. I mean, ugh. Who wants to live that long? And I said, listen, hey, what's your secret to happiness? And he said, yes, I've got a secret to happiness. And I said, well, okay, can you tell me what it is without the, ridiculously racist, stereotypical language? And he said, no, I'm not speaking with an accent. This is something you're adding afterwards for your podcast. And I say, you know, boy, that's really reverse racist of you to call me, it's fine. Just, we can agree that you speak plain English without an accent. Just tell me, what is the secret to happiness? And he said, well, listen, here's the thing. Every day you want to be happy, you make a love to your wife. And I said, wait. Make love to my wife every day? He said, yes, and my key to a happiness is to make love to your wife. So wait. Wait, come on. Giuseppe. I'm a real boy. Just talk to me, man. Are you saying make love to your wife He said, yes, I make a love to your wife every day. So, okay, well, now you're sounding more like Borat. He said, okay, listen, Brian. Every day when you leave, I make love to your fucking wife. He said, okay, well, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, my God, why didn't you just say that in the first place? So the key to a happy life is to make, I guess, love to someone else's wife every day. And he said, no, Brian, listen. It's got to be dirty. I mean, it's got to be like really offensive. It's got to be like the kind of sex you would never admit to. And I said, Giuseppe, where did your accent go? And he said, Brian, I have never had an accent. Why do you keep fading in and out of it in the podcast? Stop doing that. Listen, my name isn't Giuseppe, it's Dave. I'm not 43 or 45. I'm 38. All you need to do is make love to someone else's wife every day, and you'll be happy. So, I've gotten into a bit of trouble with my neighbors. It turns out his advice only worked for him, and I'm in a bit of trouble. See, Dave, only lives with his grandmother and dogs, and, well, anyway, you get the idea.
Technology.
So one weird thing American business has done is instituted a policy of planned/functional obsolescence. That means I would love to sell you a 100-year widget, but why would I do that? A 100-year widget would cost $30, but I can also sell you a 3-year widget for $3. And that's kind of what America's been based on. The car manufacturers have assumed that, cars will die. If they live forever, who would ever need to buy another car? And light bulbs are a prime example. Light bulbs are the worst. If you look at the old incandescents, they're only rated for like 2 to 5 years. Now, some of them will last 10 or 20 years, but that's purely on accident. So when they went to those horrible CFL bulbs, there was a compromise. Yes, they last vastly longer, but they look terrible. And when they fail miserably. They don't fail in the way traditional incandescent light bulbs do. Those just blink out. They're done. No, a CFL flickers. It dims. It gives you seizures and headaches. No, those were a good compromise because while they can last longer, they don't. And while they can last longer, they cost 20 times as much. In the early days of compact fluorescence, Jessorka, my good friend Jessorka, or J. Sicily, as some of you may know her, she was the first person I knew to adopt compact fluorescent bulbs. They looked terrible, they burnt horribly, and they died early. And they cost so much money. Well, now we're into the days of LEDs. LEDs do not suffer these same failures. I've probably bought 30 or 40 or 50 LEDs. I burn them all the time, inside, outside, cold weather, warm weather, every environment, all sorts of times of day, all sorts of frequencies and infrequencies, and the damn things just work. Now, I've had one fail. One. And technically, I should get it, replaced, but it's too much of a pain in the ass, so I won't. These bulbs just work. They promise a 20-year lifespan, and they're just great. The light looks great. They work great. So my question is, as we transition into an LED future, are light bulb manufacturers going to go broke? It used to be that they could just rely on, nonstop replacements in every place they were ever placed forever. But with LEDs, my gosh, if you put it in a closet, you will never have to replace it. I mean, the thing's got 20 years of use rating. You're never going to use 20 years of light in a closet. That bulb will never need to be replaced. So, are they going to go broke? Is the inverse of functional obsolescence going to put them out of business? Are the light bulb companies going to go broke because they finally produced a product that doesn't suck a bucket of dicks? I don't know. I hope new construction is enough to sustain them, but I don't know if it is. I hope it is, but sometimes what's best for the gander just destroys the goose along the way, in the process, in the, pick an aperture. I don't know. I hope LED light bulbs and their quest for perfection doesn't destroy the entire industry. That's all I'm saying.
My crazy mom. My crazy mom. She's dead. My crazy mom. My crazy mom. She's dead.
My crazy mom. Yeah, so from a very young age, my mom made it clear to us that there was money put aside for college. There was something about grandma putting it aside and, college money. It was just college money. So when I went to go to college, it started to evaporate. And my dad had retired. My dad was so old. He was born in 1928. that he retired before I graduated. And so I got Social Security payments, which she told me, it's not up for debate. You just sign the checks over to me, period. It's done. You sign them over to me or you move the fuck out. Well, I'm in high school. Yeah, and by the way, she says the money's going to your college fund. And I was like, wow, my college is already paid for plus this extra money. Well, that's great. That's pretty awesome. So, in my second year of college, the money kind of evaporates. So I go to the county clerk's office to find out if there's anything in my mom's divorce from my dad about college. Because I know, I've heard things here and there, something somewhere. So I go in, and this is back in, the hard paper days, and they say, oh, you want to see that file? Do you want to see the file or the file plus all addendums? And I go, I guess, oh shit, I don't know. I guess all of it? No problem. I'll be right back. So she disappears in the back. She comes back, and she hands me a microfilm with the, 15-page divorce summary and a stack of papers that has to be 6 inches tall with the addendums. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, fine. You know what? I'm like 19, 20. It's fine. I'll go check it out. So I sit down, I go through the divorce, and there's nothing in there. I mean, it's very straightforward. And then I start going through the addendums, and holy Christ on a crap cracker, my mom was the most evil, vindictive bitch in the history of the world. I mean, it was every 3 to 6 months from the time of their divorce until the time he died, she took him to court. I mean, she must have paid $100,000 in legal fees to squeeze him for 20 grand. I mean, it was so bad, because it's all there. It's all in black and white. I found that there was, when I was 17, my dad took me to see my siblings back east, my half siblings. And what he didn't tell me is that she had taken him to court, and that she knew the dates, she knew he was taking me back east. If he went back east with me, if he took me back east to meet my siblings for the first time, he would lose by default, and he did it. But how much blood can you squeeze from a turnip? I mean, what a raging fucking lunatic. All she was doing at that point, I mean, she wasn't going to get any more money. All she was doing was keeping me from meeting my goddamn siblings. I mean, come on, Mom. That's, even for you, that's, I mean, my crazy mom. Okay, guys, so I'll give you a little update on the Amazon situation. And I have to say, it's so-so. Amazon themselves have been, I'm not sure what the word is, but completely useless in promoting themselves. I was in chats with them. I said, hey, look, I am considering strongly discontinuing my Prime, and I want you to tell me why I should keep it. And the guy wrote back saying, Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you writing to me. I understand you have concerns. What? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, great. No, here's the thing. I'm not sure the $100 a year is worth it for the, for the free shipping and whatnot, considering I can get it for, at that time, orders of $35 or more. Now, $49 or more, which I think is more appropriate. And he said, thank you. I understand you're having trouble with an order that was not shipped. Jesus Christ, Sumer. Are you even paying attention to what I say? Look, buddy, go back through my last 5 or 10, posts that I made to you in this, and tell me honestly if you have read them and what's going on. Thank you so much. I will review these. Okay, I have reviewed these. I understand you did not receive an item or it was broken or damaged. God damn it, Sumer. Are you messing with me? I don't know how many chat windows you have open, my friend, but this is not how you keep a customer. I understand frustrations. Please don't. Whatever. Okay. For the love of God. Okay. So, Sumer, I need you to, I just need someone to tell me why I should keep my Amazon Prime account open. Well, I go, Sumer, listen, my office was robbed of about $4,000-$5,000 worth of stuff. I'm going to be buying it all again. It's a lot of stuff. Why should I give you $100 when all you're going to give me is free shipping? Free shipping on things which, at the dollar figures I'm talking about, are already going to be free. He says, listen, Mr. White, I understand your frustration. I'm going to give you a $5 credit. I'm going to give you 1 extra month of Prime, and I'm going to escalate this to a specialist who can handle your concerns. Well, I wrote back saying, Sumer, I don't believe you. I don't believe you because this is the internet. And even though you're Amazon, I know everyone on the internet lies. Sumer could very well be a golden retriever in India. I don't know. I mean, my dogs are online. I mean, they have, they have more Twitter followers than I do. That's not the point. No, so I said, okay, Sumer, let's do it. And by the way, your name looks like Summer, so I'm just going to say keep Summer safe. And he says, great, I'll go ahead and transfer it now. And I said, yep, transfer it now. Keep Summer safe. Well, that's a Rick and Morty joke, and Sumer had never heard of it, clearly. So that's not the point. So there was no follow-up. They canceled my Prime. And after quite a bit of bantering back and forth, I found the answer on my own. And believe me, it was not easy. Now, the answer is, if you buy things with a store card, you get 5% back. Considering how much I'm going to be buying over the next year, that 5% will pay for the Prime. But that's only half the story. See, when I wanted to make sure that the links I was giving to my insurance agent were legit, I logged out of my account and then clicked on the same links again, the links I had given her. And my $23 Sennheiser headphones were $17. What the fuck? Wait, Amazon, Amazon, are you ripping me off for having a goddamn account? For actually being a loyal consumer? Are you ripping me off for that? I mean, Jesus Christ. So at the end of the day, Amazon gave me another year of Prime. I didn't even have to pull the journalist card or anything like that. I didn't have to get super ugly. I did have to spend about 2 goddamn hours in chat with an assortment of wholly incompetent people. But it looks like I could save vastly more money by just not being an Amazon customer in the first place. You, my friend, you who do not have an account with Amazon, you will pay less than I do for the same items. And my friends, I'm telling you, that should be a class action suit, because that is fucking bullshit. And I say that living in Seattle, living in the city where Amazon lives. Jeff Bezos, my Bays man. I get that you've got $1 billion and you'd like another billion more, or another 10 billion on top of your 4 billion. I don't care. All I want you to do is not be a huge asshole. I mean, a normal size sphincter is acceptable, but come on, Bays man. You're better than that. Don't rip off your own customers. That's not just dick material. I mean, that's like new Ring of Hell material.
Political analysis. Politics.
In politics, a lot of people ask me, will Donald Trump win the nomination and become president? It's 2 questions, really. First, will he win the nomination? Second, will he become president? And there are 2 very good answers. As for the nomination, will he become the Republican nominee? And the answer increasingly looks like, yeah, he will. If you go to 538.com or really any of the polling websites, you'll see he holds not just a lead in most of the upcoming primary states, but a commanding lead. Yeah, a commanding lead. That doesn't mean he's the best candidate. That just means he's who's likely to win. Now, that's in a 3-way race with Cruz, Rubio, and Trump. And if Cruz or Rubio drop out, it becomes a 2-way race. It gets a little more competitive. But as Trump wins early states, that means whoever's second in line has a lot of catch-up to do. Cruz is a lunatic. Rubio is milquetoast. Trump is a populist. Now, Bernie Sanders is also gaining ground, which means there's a very distinct possibility we could have a not Republican versus a not Democrat in the final election. I don't think it's going to come to that. It looks like, based on today's polling at least, it's going to be Trump versus Hillary. And that's, it's not exciting, but it's fine. But why is Trump so popular? And who is he? Well, first of all, Trump is a man of the people. And by the people, I mean, which people? Trump is a man of the people, specifically racist, bigoted assholes. He is a man of those people. And my God, do they love to emulate his style. They think they're him. Bernie supporters try to be like Bernie. Moderate, temperate, even-keeled, stay off the attack, focus on the issues. And Trump supporters try to be like Trump. Huge fucking assholes. Now, mind you, Trump is a brilliant guy. He's got so much going on. He knows who he is. He knows what he stands for. And he has a track record that allows him to be a huge asshole. His supporters, however, are just assholes. I'm sorry. I can't get behind Trump because his supporters are too big of a-holes. It's just how it is. But Trump, now here's the second question. Who is Trump? Well, he's conservative. He stands for American principles and making America great again and standing up for making America great again with principles. Right. That's all platitudes and bullshit. Trump is the biggest supporter of all time of the Clinton Foundation. Really? Interesting. If you go back to the 90s and early aughts, Trump supported all the things which liberals today support. So you can say, well, no, he does not support those things now. And you may be right. You may be wrong. I mean, you may be right, but you may be wrong. Now, if you come to Cruz or Rubio, you know what those pair of douche canals support. They support the establishment and they support towing the line and generally being crazy people. Cruz has, Trump has said, I would like to remove the 12 million illegals in the U.S. Cruz has said, I will order ICE to to break into homes, abduct by force, and remove every illegal from the country. Holy shit. Remove 12 million people from the country. What are you talking about? Well, first of all, there's due process, and Cruz knows that because he's a Harvard Law graduate with honors. Cruz knows that. He's just making shit up. He's just pandering to the lowest of the low. But even if that was an actual policy, it would cost $1 trillion. You can't do that, man. And it would wreck the economy. I mean, let's get real. But Cruz is not about getting real. It's just not his thing. Getting real in the Panderdome? That'll cost you, man. You can't do that. So who is Trump really? Who is he really? Well, I have to tell you, of the Republican candidates, he is, to my chagrin, my favorite. Rubio is establishment milquetoast. He is irresponsible. He has always lived beyond his means. He has always reputed himself beyond his character. He is a dry mouth, worthless piece of toast. He's garbage. He's not experienced enough for the job. He's worthless. Then we've got Ted Cruz, who is a 5-pound bucket of shit in a 5-ounce thimble. A mega thimble. It's a big thimble, I'll grant you. But Ted Cruz is a worthless pile of human garbage. It's not enough that he looks like Grandpa Munster. It's not enough that he looks like Kevin from The Office. Those are just, that's just insulting someone needlessly. Let's not go there. Although I just did. No. The problem with Ted Cruz is that everyone who has ever worked with him since forever thinks he's a huge asshole. And you know what? He must be. He must be. If everyone who's ever worked with him says he's an asshole, he's an asshole. And if you haven't seen the video of him trying to give his teenage daughter a little smoochy doochie, oh my God, it's creepy. He looks like a fucking child molester. And I'm not saying Ted Cruz molests his children. I'm not saying that. But if it came out that he did, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. But the thing is, no, Ted Cruz, what he has stated in terms of policies is dangerous and toxic. Trump is an unknown. We don't know what Trump would do if elected. We do know very well what Cruz and Rubio would do if elected. So, in terms of Republican candidates, I will take the unknown crazy over the guaranteed crazy. But the big thing, and this is a message to my friends who support Trump, if you want to support him with humility. Don't try to support him by being huge assholes. Trump gets away with being an asshole because he's spent 50 years building up his asshole credentials. He has. He gets away with it. He gets away with it because he's earned it. But you guys, you 20-year-olds, you 30-year-olds, you 50-year-olds who have never been in politics or business, you do not get to be assholes. And the more you do that, the more you push people away from supporting Trump. It's just how it goes. So, politics, man. I do, by the way, have a new chair which is less squeaky. It's possible you can hear the squeak of my chair in the podcast. I have it. It's in the car. Tina bought it for me, like 2 months ago. It's been in the car for like 2 months. I really should go get it. But then I have to build it, and that's a whole thing. And anyway, yeah. Trump supporters are assholes. There you go. My gosh. You know what that sound means, don't you? Don't you? Surely by now you must know what that sound means. It means we've reached the end of the podcast. Oh, so I'll give you a few pre-closing thoughts before the final closing thought. The pre-closing thoughts are, you know what? Well, Cruz and Rubio, Cruz is a loon, Rubio is a tool, and Trump is, well, he's a big question mark. I can't say I don't support him. I mean, I don't. But I don't know what he stands for. I just don't. I don't know what he stands for, so I can't say. As far as the insurance business goes, hopefully in a week or 2 or 3, I'll be back in business. I'll have another 4K camera to, do all my magic that I do so well. And, the podcast will be back in business. It'll be fine. This is a minor setback, even with the deductibles and all the bullshit that insurance companies put on it. It's fine. It's a minor setback, you guys. So, no, here we go. Follow me around the web. You can go to glossynews.com/podcast. glossynews.com/podcast, where you'll find all the glory. You'll find links to Twitter, to Facebook, to the Glossy News stories, to YouTube, to Libsyn, to iTunes, all that good shit that none of you ever bother to go to. Come on, people! What am I doing this for if not for you to go and pick up all this glory, to enjoy it all at my expense? Come on. Come on. Oh, why do I do it if not to make you love me? Come on, just show me the love. For those of you who know me, there is a birthday party coming up, April 30th, my 42nd. Dom and Max's birthdays will be celebrated as well. Max will be 6, Dom will be 12. Come on, guys. Show up and show the love. If you know me, and you do, just email me if you're not already on the list. Come on. Come on. Come on. Segment bumpers by Greg the Hero, the inimitable Greg the Hero. I will have a link to him in the description. 1 or 2 music segments, royalty-free music segments by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. He's awesome. He's awesome, and I love him. But, you know, I've put a fair amount of money into buying exclusive stuff through Greg the Hero, so that's kind of what I'm doing. That's kind of where my thing is at right now. Closing thought, and guys, you know there's always a closing thought. And before I tell you what it is, I should mention that next Monday there will be another podcast, or Sunday if you're, you know, among the select few who actually subscribe to me. No, here's the closing thought. The closing thought is, why in the hell do they not make phones and tablets out of things that won't break? Why do we need to actually buy, you know, cases and, you know, screen anti-scratch bullshit? You know, just make it out of what you know we need it to be made out of. And, oh, did you know you can buy a thing that makes the battery last longer, but makes it 4 times the size? You know what? Just give me a bigger battery. So there you go. Cell company executives and equally disembittered, angry consumers like me. There you go. There you go. Well, there you go. I will talk to you next week. Thanks for being here. It means a lot to me.